Let's talk more about this with Rob Weiss. He is Executive Director of the Sexual Recovery Institute in Los Angeles. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning, Maggie.
How do you clinically define sex addiction?
Well, the living of a double life is one way to really define sex addiction. So it's when someone is publicly portraying themselves in one way and then living very, very differently on the side, very, very differently in secret, and living and holding that double life, that is a really clear sign of an addictive process going on.
There are reports this morning that Tiger Woods had been prescribed Vicodin and Ambien, and at the morning of his accident, he went to the hospital with a reported overdose of these drugs. The doctor in the piece that we just heard said that chemical addictions and sexual addictions often go hand in hand. Now, we want to be very careful not to diagnose Tiger Woods. None of this has been confirmed, and you have not treated him specifically for anything, but you believe that he shows the telltale signs of sex addiction?
Well, you know, it's interesting, and I heard what Drew Pinsky said, and he's absolutely right. You know, people do things, really crazy things when they're using, and who knows whether that is the case here or not, but we do know that there's certainly a lot of smoke. And I guess the concern I have is when someone, you know, the piece that really got me is when I am responding to when I'm calling up a lover or someone I'm having an affair with, and I'm saying, you know what, can you hide your phone number or your name from caller ID so that, you know, my wife doesn't see who you are, and the cat is already out of the bag. You know, that really raises a question for me. Why not call a partner and say, you know what, it's over, we're in trouble here, I want to be faithful to my wife, let me work on this, not let's hide it better.
Does that tell you that that's somebody who can't help himself, and also the fact that the number of women is reportedly at 10 now?
Well, that, you know, how many women there are is, you know, certainly in question. I mean, if you can put your kid up on a balloon to get on TV, you might say you slept with Tiger Woods. So, you know, I don't know how many women are actually really, but the reality is that there's a lot of secrets in this family, and it's causing pain in this family. I mean, having someone go to the hospital in the middle of the night, that's really not a surprise in these circumstances.
We did see someone go to the hospital in the middle of the night early this morning, but we don't know if this is related, and we should also point that out. But would it be understandable that the circumstances of the last couple of weeks have led to enormous stress to everybody inside that house? It's not inconceivable that it could be related.
You know, Meg, it just feels like there's this hot bubble of secrets that's already sort of blowing open, and it's been closed for a very long time. And when that happens, as Drew Pinsky said, when those secrets start to come out and that honesty really needs to be called for, that's when people can really be in the most pain. And it sounds like that's really going on. All of us. I mean, you know, we've lost one of our heroes in a way.
Certainly. It's not been a good story to report at all. Robert Weiss, Executive Director of the Sexual Recovery Institute, thank you very much.
My pleasure.